Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 50th edition of Alabama Crimson Tide Live Call-In Show as we take your calls all right here on Alabama Voice College Football from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Jeffrey Only Talk Sports, as we go over our takes on the Alabama Crimson Tide with all of you all right here on Alabama Voice College Football. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing pretty good, Jackson. Excited about Alabama getting a good win against Wisconsin. Did not get to make my post-game thoughts on that. And I was not here for the Monday show either because unfortunate, circumstances. So finally, just want to say that I was impressed by Alabama's win over Wisconsin. It was a good win. It was expected that we should win like that. But, with the way things have been lately for Alabama, you'll take it, right? You'll take a good-looking win against a Power 4 opponent, a Big Ten Power 4 opponent, a team that's supposed to be, decent, I guess. And they're not very great. They're not a good team. They're not a great team at all, but still a good win for Alabama. Now we have a bye, which is a perfect time for a bye, which is also, a bye for the other team as well, Georgia. And we've got to make sure that our bye week is better than their bye week because we got a big game against them next Saturday night. So it definitely is going to be excited to see how we perform there. But right now, just take a deep breath. We're 2-1. We would rather be undefeated right now, but the season is not lost. If we can get a big win next week, then we'll still be fine. We'll shoot right back up the rankings. We're already at 14th right now, so we're like on the periphery of the playoffs.
But unfortunately, Mark Rogers doesn't have us ranked in the top 25 that actually makes sense.
Well, his top 25 is different. So obviously we have not performed. It's not even about performance. It's more so based off what you've done. So we don't have the 25th best resume in college football right now because we've lost to our only really good team that we've played. And we beat Wisconsin. But it's like other teams have signature wins. Other teams have more impressive performances than we do. So Mark Rogers, top 25, that actually makes sense. It's a great ranking because he doesn't rank based off brand. He doesn't rank based off preseason expectation. He ranks based off what you've done. And it's all going to shake itself out. If we beat Georgia, yeah, he's going to have us in his top 25 that actually makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how that works. But, yeah, it's interesting. But I'm not shocked that he doesn't. We're fine. Even if we lose to Georgia, the season isn't over. I mean, you have to win out, but it's not over.
No.
You more likely need to win that game because you wouldn't think we're going to go undefeated the rest of the way. But, again, it's not technically over. But, if all you care about is the playoffs, then, yeah, it's dire. It's not good if we lose. But, I mean, if you're just looking for progress in a pretty good season, 8-4, 9-3, then, a loss isn't going to really affect that. But it depends. Alabama fans have such high standards. That's why all these games matter for DeBoer. It's just the way that it is. It's the high expectations. You're not going to get away from that.
Agreed. And, we've got a little something to celebrate the bye week while we wait for Georgia. The YouTube membership tiers of Alabama Voice College Football for $2.99 a month. You can become a Crimson Faithful member for $2.99 a month with loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and the live chat, and you get custom emojis to use in the comments and in the live chat, and you get member shoutouts like our good buddy, the Godfather of the SEC, and our good buddy, Zachary Wilges, who are giving out the Roll Tide and hello, everyone. And let's not forget Alabama Richie, because we'll be starting the call-in show with him in just a little bit after we get done with this advertisement. And for $4.99 a month, you can become a Save a Disciple, where you'll have priority replies to comments and access to a monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey Dolly Talk Sports, and Coach Smith Hines, as we give you our take on the latest news and notes on the Crimson Tide. And you can connect on social media with us, each of us, and give out content requests of any kind just by becoming a Bear Bryant legend. And neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor this miserable Bama weather will put a stop to us from fulfilling your content requests all right here on Alabama Voice College Football. But
I gotta ask you, Jackson, because you're always talking about the miserable weather. Is there ever good weather in Alabama?
Well, there's some, but I consider it miserable because it doesn't know what it wants. That's the thing. That's the thing I don't like. It won't tell me what it wants. That's the thing of it, though. Like 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's hot, 1 minute it's mid, then 5 minutes later it's raining and it's pouring. But here's what's
Kind of
not
been
right.
that way where I'm at too. It was like 90 degrees the other day, and now it's like 70, which it feels good. But now you got people sniffling already. So yeah, fall's
I
coming.
know I am. But here's what won't make you be sniffling, ladies and gentlemen. The merch store for Alabama the Voice of College Football. The camo trucker hat, the dad hat, the t-shirts, the heavyweight t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the polos, the can cooler, the tumbler, and the game day mug. And if there's anything else you'd like to see added in each of these merch stores, email Mark Rogers at markrogerstv@gmail.com or email voicecollegefootball@gmail.com. Like Voice College Football notebook, dog bowls, all kinds of stuff. Like anything that you don't see on this merch store, let Mark Rogers know, and they will see to it. Everyone at the Voice College Football will see to it that you will get what you need, ladies and gentlemen. That I can promise you. All righty. And we got our first caller of the night, Alabama Richie. How you doing tonight, everybody?
Not too bad. I got my hat as always. If you don't have a Voice of College Football hat for Bama, you need to get yourself a hat. It still blows me away that I was trying to get the physical Voice of College Football membership and I screwed up and got the Ohio State one. For those of you, so Caden, you got lucky, but I immediately unsubscribed, like canceled it. I was like, I'm only trying to buy the main one. I got an email that said, "Are you like?" I don't know if it's Mark or just an automated email or what. So it was like, "Are you sure you want to cancel?" It's like, look, if I wanted the Ohio State one, I would have. You would see me in scarlet and all those colors over there. But it's the Crimson Tide through and through. This would be an O, not a script A. So with that being said, yeah, I thought it was a great win for the program Saturday. I thought it was nice to see the boys back in form. It's going to be, like you guys said, a tough and a dogfight in Athens on Saturday. This week you get a bye, so you get to ask yourself. A lot of the guys can ask themselves, "What am I doing to prepare for Georgia? How am I going to change my outlook of the game?" You're going to supposed to have, from what I'm hearing, I guess Tim Keenan might come back. So if that's the case, you'll get to see our guy really showcase what everybody knew he's capable of doing. I thought guys stepped up Saturday. Ryan was very solid. Jeremy played hard. Kevin Riley. It was a good game plan by Coach DeBoer. I thought Kane Womack had a good defensive mindset. But this Georgia team, you have to establish, to me, a run, because if it's on the shoulders of Ty Simpson, I think it might be very challenging for us. Other than that, I think we're going to be fine. But it is, from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be a blackout, which I'm not a fan of that. But hey, let Georgia do their
They
thing.
got whipped last time they did that crap.
Hopefully they get whipped again. I mean, the thing that worries me though, almost more than us losing, is if we win and then we do what we did last year. We beat Georgia and then we play bad again, after the fact. Like, oh, we got the big win, but then you lose to Missouri or something. Like that's what worries me almost more so than a loss. But I mean, obviously I'd rather us win. But, if you win against Georgia and then you end up losing to Vandy and Missouri and Oklahoma and Auburn and all that, then no one's going to care at that point. It's like they got to play as hard as I'm assuming they're going to play against Georgia all year. Every opponent the same way. Under Saban, that was the standard. Under DeBoer so far, has not been the standard. I don't know how much of the blame can be placed on DeBoer because, again, it's a way different era of college football. It's kind of hard to get guys to play hard every game. It's really difficult. But that's what I want to see from Alabama. Like, however the result is against Georgia, again, I'm assuming they're going to play really hard regardless. But the rest of the season, they need to play hard too. Because if you give maximum effort in every game this season, then theoretically they should beat every team besides Georgia. possibly. Because, I mean, every team that we're better than Auburn. We're better than, South Carolina. That game doesn't look as hard right now. LSU is LSU, but it's at home. Tennessee's at home. Oklahoma's looking good, but it's at home. Like we can lose to Georgia and still go 10-2. It can happen, but you beat Georgia and it's like, oh well, we're great now, and then you lose 2 games you shouldn't, and then your season's over. So again, a win over Georgia isn't the be all, end all of saving or losing the season, because you got the rest of the games. So that I was impressed by the Wisconsin performance and the UL Monroe performance, that, hey, like, we played hard, but they got to keep it up the rest of the season.
And I said this too. So today on I do my TikTok show now, and I was telling folks today, I was like, look, you were supposed to beat Louisiana Monroe and Wisconsin. One of the things that great call out on teams you shouldn't lose to that you did. Last year we lost to Vandy in Oklahoma, and everybody at the end of the season was begging for Southern Methodist to win that the ACC championship. And I told folks they're not favored, they're not going to win. And that's the failure of losing games you shouldn't. It's like that's my worry too, is you beat Georgia and then you slip up to Vanderbilt or Oklahoma. But what I told folks, and I said to myself about this game, is you beat Georgia. There's a lot of film. Now the difference in Oklahoma this year is you don't have Jackson Arnold. It's John Mateer. But you still have to face Jackson Arnold at Auburn in the Iron Bowl. So the difference is you should now have your film on Diego Pavia from last year to know that you know what he's capable of doing. I'll stand on it. I think Diego Pavia is a great scheme triple option quarterback. But for the SEC show, I do the preview that matchup for Bama. Pavia ranks like 50-something yard percentage completion in passing, and he's number 10 on the list of SEC quarterbacks. So I was telling people, I said, look, we beat Georgia, and then the next game is Vanderbilt. We get a couple advantages. We're at home, and we should have enough film on Pavia and company, Stowers, and that running back to know that it almost reminds me of last year with us, where Milroe was the running back. He didn't really have a true run game, and that's what I worry about is, do we have it in us to slip up to somebody we shouldn't lose? Because as it looks now, and I'm sure they'll get Lenora Sellers back, but right now, if it stands, you're playing that 6th-year senior Doty at South Carolina. So I'm not really upset or really looking at the South Carolina game as a loss, but you don't want to overlook these games in the SEC. So I'm hoping that it's a good game against Georgia and we can get out of Athens with the win.
Agreed. And honestly, I'm thinking about like the health of Lenora Sellers right now. The fact that he's questionable against Missouri, I mean, I'm just kind of like, it's not looking good for South Carolina at the moment. They're not
It
looking
makes me
good.
laugh with South Carolina because I literally said in the preseason that I expect South Carolina to take a step back. And it's kind of looking like that's the case. I mean, I'm not saying throw in the towel if you're a South Carolina fan yet, but it's not looking that good. Usually when South Carolina has expectations, they underperform.
Yep.
And it happens almost every time. And when they're not expected to be good, then they're either not good or they every now and then have a surprise 9-win season out of nowhere. But the vast majority of times when they come into a season with expectations like they had this year, they typically underperform. I think I had them going 7-5, which a lot of people are like, oh, no, South Carolina can go 10-2. And I'm like, they lost a lot of their defense. And now Sellers has a target on his back because he was one of the most hyped up quarterbacks coming into this year. Last year, he caught the country by surprise. Lagway to a lesser extent. Didn't catch the country by surprise, but played well. Well, what's going on with Lagway and Sellers? They both look bad. And again, that's coming from me. I had Lagway as my number 1 quarterback coming into the season in the preseason. That is aged like milk. He's looked awful. 5 interceptions, I believe, last week. So, yeah, Florida, South Carolina, not great, but I'm not surprised on South Carolina. A little bit more on Florida. But, yeah, it cracks me up because it's a little off what we're talking about, but I keep seeing tweets from people saying, oh, all of our star quarterbacks are underperforming. There's no one playing well. And it's like you've got Mateer, you've got Mendoza so far, you've got Haynes King. You're just looking at the wrong guy. You're not looking at the right quarterbacks. You're looking at the wrong quarterbacks. There are still really good quarterbacks. You just thought the ones that were going to be good haven't been, and you don't want to admit it.
My question is this. I know you probably watched that Georgia-Tennessee game, but does that really surprise anybody that Gunnar Stockton played just okay? Because I took a call tonight, and I said, look, I think people are now starting to realize that somebody was going to get Carson Beck after he withdrew from the draft, and it happened to be Miami. And I know I said last week, I said, look, it's not the fact that Carson Beck left because he couldn't buy him off the field, the team. He basically told the team and your quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator, Bobo, I don't trust you anymore. So to preview the Georgia game, I actually thought both quarterbacks were weak to me, and I called it out on the SEC show. I said, look, I think Joey Aguilar is talented, and I think Carson Beck's talented. But to say they're great right now is funny. Now previewing the Georgia game, it's like you're exactly right. I think DJ Lagway's been horrible. 5 interceptions, one was a pick six, and LSU still let him come back and only score 10. So Billy Napier, I told people on Tuesday night, you're going to see him learning I-75. And when he learns that stretch of road, you best be renting your home, because the quarterbacks I've had in the SEC doing well this year are not. And to your point, Jeffrey, on South Carolina, why aren't they playing Aaron Nolan or Cutter Woods? Because to me, it's like those are better, to me, a better option. Now, as it looks, I'm not upset. I'm worried about the South Carolina game in 3 weeks. I'm not. Because I think we played them on the road after Vanderbilt, and it's like I'm not worried. I'm really not. Or what is it? 4 weeks. I think we played them after Missouri, or I can't remember. But the point.
Well, we played Vanderbilt. We played Missouri. We got Tennessee coming to our backyard, and then we go to South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina's a bit later in the year. Yeah.
Okay. But even still, I'm still, like, as much as I said I'm high on Lenora Sellers, I'm starting to question it. It's like, what's going on? So, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know how impressed I am with Gunnar Stockton. I like the kid. I think he's talented, but not great yet.
Tennessee blew that game, dude. I mean, it's like I said on Saturday night on my post-game reaction for the week. Georgia, like, keeps getting away with these games. They keep getting away with escaping, losing. That's all that there is to it. They're clearly worse than they were when they were a championship team in 2022, in whatever the other year, 2021.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't look as good right now, but they keep winning. They barely beat Georgia Tech last year. Kentucky, Florida, Mississippi State got destroyed in the playoff. Yeah, they got an injured quarterback in that game, but still Notre Dame destroyed them. And then so far this season, the Austin Peay game was trash. And then, Tennessee, tough environment. I understand, big win. They should have lost the game. Tennessee gave the game away multiple times over. Georgia wins. And it's like, oh, well, Georgia's still elite. Yeah, they're a good team because they got talent, but they're not as good as they used to be. The championship standard, that's not a championship-looking team that we just saw on last Saturday. That was an ugly game by both teams. Tennessee should have won, but they gave it away, and it's so stupid. I mean, when they got up big early, I was like, you watch, they're going to blow it. And they blew it. I mean, they literally blew it.
They lost to Bobby Hill, Rez.
I don't get it. I mean, Georgia fans, some are starting to wake up. Some. And they're like, yeah, our team's got some problems, and we're not elite right now.
What
And
happened
we
for
are
Mike?
escaped. But then other Georgia fans are just like, oh my gosh, we won. We're still great. And I'm just like, dude,
That's not a team that's going to beat Alabama. So.
Georgia does not look good. I mean, again, compared to Arkansas, compared to, Illinois, whatever, just lesser program. Illinois, I guess, is the best example. But still, compared to average teams, yeah, Georgia looks good. But compared to their old selves 3 years ago, they don't look good. They just keep winning, though. So I can't really refute it because, again, I'll have people coming at me saying, well, Jeffrey, what are you talking about? And I'm like, they're good. They're just not what they used to be. But you're not seeing it because all you're seeing is a W. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing a W, and that's all that matters. But you look at that performance, there's a big difference between Georgia blowing out Tennessee and looking great and looking dominant versus, oh, yeah, we barely beat them, and Tennessee played like crap for the vast majority of that game, and we barely won, and we gave up 41. So it's like our defense kind of sucks. And in our offense, it's like, okay, yeah, Stockton threw a crazy 4th and 6. That shouldn't even have happened. That was just dumb. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't hate Georgia or anything. I got issues with their DUIs and all that stuff they've had in the last couple of years. But the main thing is that Georgia's not an elite team right now, and they're getting away with it. They're getting away with winning over and over these close games that they shouldn't be winning.
It's going to bite them again in the playoffs. That's for sure.
Well, what's going to happen, and I've said this too, is I told folks about this Georgia-Tennessee game to look so we knew what we were going to have to face when we go to Athens. Is it's coming down to better quarterback and who got the stops towards the end. Is how I saw the game. And people, and I didn't. And here's the thing: Jeffrey makes a great point. Tennessee gave that game away. There's no way that Tennessee should have lost that game. In fact, to be fair, I actually thought that Tennessee had a better chance than Georgia. But the problem, and I stand on what I said too, I thought both quarterbacks looked not so good. And people were getting on the meter like, well, that one interception that Aguilar threw was technically because the receiver slipped. I said, okay, doesn't matter. Receiver slipped or not, and my buddy is a big Notre Dame guy, and he said, slipped or not, you still threw. He was talking about the Georgia-Tennessee game because slipped or not, you still threw an interception, and it counts on your record. So when you go back and look at season stats for how Aguilar played, it's going to show and count that as an interception. And to be fair, I said this multiple times. Both these quarterbacks, and Gunnar Stockton especially, against teams with a much better defense, are going to find out. I know the term I want to use, but out of respect, as a family show, I'm not going to say the real term. But if you can play into it, you probably know what I want to say. Seriously, they're going to mess around and find out. And I'm not saying we're any better, but we will play to a level of, hey, we can keep you close, if not win this game. And like for example, I was high on Nate Frazier. I think he's a good running back. He's not great. Compared to who they've had in the past, Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb and guys like that. I think the best thing they have is the Branch brothers. Other than that, Gunnar Stockton's okay, but not great. And I said this to someone too. I said, hey, right now in this season, who would you rather have? I don't know if you feel the same way, but would you want Carson Beck back? You all are the ones that wrote the guy off, and now look at what Miami's doing, whether you like Miami or not. And it's going to be real funny, all the FSU fans chirping about beating us when they have to play them. Because seriously, they're going to learn. But
it's just the repeat of Will Howard, man. It's like,
exactly.
Will Howard goes to Ohio State. You wanted Avery Johnson, and look at Avery Johnson. It's the same thing.
At Kansas State, yep.
God, that's going to be funny.
Well,
all right, Richie, anything else you got for us today, man?
No, just really appreciate you guys having me on as always, and I'll be here and be back next week wrapping it up, previewing the Georgia game. Zach, Godfather, thanks for your contributions as well to the boys, and appreciate you, Mark, for giving us a platform and letting us talk our talk, and good luck to you guys. Rest of the way, we'll be back very, very soon, and Roll Tide.
Roll
Roll
Tide.
Tide, absolutely.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Alabama
Yep.
Richie.
See you guys later.
See you, Richie. And we've got our next caller for the night, Zachary Wilges. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Great, appreciate it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I kind of have to agree with what uh you and Richie were saying about the quarterbacks not competing to or living up to their expectations. I had higher expectations for Lagway myself. Sellers, I thought he would take a step back this year, like you, Jeffrey, and but I didn't think it would be as bad as it's been.
Mhm.
And even though right now, looking at the top quarterbacks in the SEC right now, it's John Mateer and Ty Simpson. I mean, even with the bad game at Florida State, he still threw for over 200 yards in that game. So it wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a good game. It was just he did what he gave his efforts. It was everybody else around him that didn't contribute and showed lack of effort in that game that cost us that game. Because as bad as that game was, we still had opportunities to win that game, and but it just wasn't meant to be. I've actually even said this. That was the best thing that could have happened to this team because it was the wake up call that this team needed to get their act together to show that they can be the defense and the offense that we expect them to be this year. Going into the season.
well, and you don't hear a lot of people throwing the baby out with the bathwater like they did after the week 1 loss. Like
Well, of
you don't.
course not. Of course not. We got two
But,
good results now, and that's going to calm people down. If we
Right,
had struggled against UL Monroe or Wisconsin, then boy, it'd be pitchforks right now. But
oh no.
the two good results are going to calm people down, and as as it should. And I do agree with you, Zach. I think that looking at the Florida State game, it can be a positive. The way the teams respond so far, it seems like it is a positive that it woke them up. I mean, clearly Michigan beating Ohio State woke them up and helped them win it all last year. So sometimes a
right,
loss is a good thing. It's just for Alabama, it's like you got to do it all season now. You've got to play
right,
this way all season. We can afford another loss, whoever that is too, but we can't lose
right,
more than once or we're
Yeah.
not going to get in the playoffs. So it's just, it makes your margin for error a lot less. But again, at the end of the day, if that game does spark the team for the entire season, then it was a good thing. Absolutely. It's just for me, it still sucks that they did play that way, considering you had all that fuel with Castellanos. That should have been an
right,
easy game to have effort in, but it is what
right,
it is.
right. And Nick Saban even said this when he was the head coach. He said, even in games where we played bad and won, it was hard to get the players to buy into what he was preaching about fixing our mistakes because uh, all they cared about was the win. For even at LSU, there was a game against they played against Kentucky, won it on a Hail Mary play there at the very end. Coach Saban couldn't get the players to buy in and practice. The next week they lost 31 to nothing to Alabama. There's examples of this to where it was a negative, a negative winning those kind of games, but and sometimes it can be a positive too, but for the most part, it's hard to get players to buy into their mistakes in a win than it is in a loss. And I kind of look at this like the 2023 season, when We had that game against South Florida, and the players came in and had a team meeting, and won out that the rest of the season, went to the playoffs and lost to the reigning, or the eventual national champions in the playoff. But can this team go out there? Can Coach DeBoer get this team to buy in and have that kind of commitment for the rest of the season? We haven't seen it done under Coach DeBoer. I'm not saying, by no means am I saying he can't do it, because he can. It's just we haven't seen it from him. So we need to see him continue to do what he's got to do from a coaching standpoint to motivate the players to continue to perform week in and week out and keep improving and keep playing hard. I was very proud of Bray Hubbard Saturday. He had a outstanding game. He kind of struggled in those first two games, and he came out Saturday and played with like his butt was on fire, so to speak.
Oh man, Bray Hubbard's been a leader, man. I tell you what, he's been amazing. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do against Georgia.
Right. And I don't think Gunnar Stockton is a good quarterback. I didn't think, I thought this Georgia team was going to suck. I thought Tennessee was going to blow them out, to be honest, but I knew Georgia could have still won that game because it's a rivalry game, and you never know how rivalry games are going to go. So I I still thought Georgia could pull it out, but where they was playing at, I thought Tennessee had the better chance because it was so early in the season. But yeah, and I'm excited for next Saturday. I hope we go out there and perform and show the world that we can go out and win a big game. Because I know we're going to show up against Georgia. Is Are we going to show up against Vandy? Are we going to show up against Missouri? Are we going to show up against South Carolina, Oklahoma, Auburn, at Auburn? It and all of that. But do I think we can do it? Yeah, we
One
can.
hundred percent. I
It's
mean, like,
just
oh, go ahead.
it's just the fact that last year we didn't do it, and a lot of it was Milrow, a lot of it was the offensive line, it was the inability to spread the ball like we can uh spread the ball out, but like we can this year. And the running game is fine. It's just that Wisconsin game, they forced us into a passing situation. Yes, we ran the ball, and it was effective in opening up the passing game and opening up lanes and things like that for the receivers to find holes in the defense and set and make plays. And Ty was just throwing dots Saturday. I mean, throwing dots. And I mean, the last 2 weeks have been the probably some of the best performance from a quarterback in many, many years in the history of college football. I mean, many years. And even all these top quarterbacks in the country, that are in the NFL couldn't do what Ty has done the last 2 weeks. But is it because it's easy competition, or is it just because Ty's in a groove and focused and comfortable, and this offense is amazingly talented?
And,
We are yet to find out.
and there's one other thing as well, Zachary. He has
What
more trust in his own instincts than he did in week one.
facts? That's true too.
There we go. I mean, I'm excited to see what Ty Simpson can bring the rest of the season. I feel very comfortable with him.
Yeah, he's looked a lot better the last 2 weeks. And again, even in that Florida State game when people were trashing him, I did not think he played awful. He made mistakes, but it was his first game. And Florida State played really hard, and Alabama's O-line was not the best.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
there were bad plays in that game by Ty Simpson, but overall he was all right. But these last 2 games, he's looked really good. Now, against better competition, it'll be interesting to see what he does between the hedges at Georgia. That's going to be rough. But
Right.
Ty Simpson's looked a lot better. Like, I
Right.
think people have quieted down on him because he's looked actually really good. He's honestly looked better than I thought he was going to look so far.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see again what he does against still a top opponent in Georgia, regardless
Right.
of them not looking that good. It's still a top opponent, and yeah, if he plays well in that game, then I think Ty Simpson's stock goes up big time.
Oh, agreed. And the people that were hating on Ty Simpson after week 1,
He
they're
was
going to
so premature, man.
I know, right?
Right.
It's just so funny. Like, that's the funny thing, though, is like there's haters one week, and then those haters become the lovers 4 weeks later.
Right. And we're
That sounded better in my head than it actually did.
right. I understand where you was going with that, Jackson. But yes, and us as a fan base, us on the Coach Smoot Network, we don't. If you're hating Ty week 1, hate him the whole season. That's how we look at it. You keep that same energy because if you're gonna be fair weather. Own it. But don't be wishy-washy. We don't like wishy-washy fans. That, and I understand you're an Indiana fan, Jeffrey, and an Alabama fan too, but you wouldn't want the wishy-washy fans at Indiana. I'm
Nah.
sure so
Well,
yeah,
I could tell you this about Jeffrey's backstory, Zachary. He's a Bama man, a North Carolina man, and Indiana. Matter of fact, he's been pulled for Indiana when they sucked. And that was from the first day I met him on November 5th, 2022. And Indiana sucked in 2022.
Yeah,
Year
Mark
later,
Rogers used to love my calls so much because I would come on and I would do everything I could to get Mark to believe Indiana would make a bowl game. And he was like, Jeffrey, they're not. They're not going to go 6-7. I'm like, they might go 6-6, Mark. I think they can. No, they're not, Jeffrey. Well, now they are. So it's great. It's finally happening. But yeah, even the 2020
Right.
season, it was so dumb. Like, yeah, you had the couple good years for Indiana, and you had all these people jumping on the bandwagon. And now it's like, oh, Indiana, they suck again. So they all jumped off. And now that Indiana's good again, they're not even really jumping back on because like, oh, well, we don't want Indiana in the playoffs. So I just think it's hilarious. I love it. But yeah, I mean, it's all good. It is what it is. People are going to be people.
Right. I'm the type of person, if you play a tough enough schedule and you earn your spot in the playoffs, then yes. But with a lot of teams, what they're doing are playing easy schedules, getting into the playoffs, and then getting blown out. And then that's where it's like, did they really deserve it, or But it's neither nor here nor there. It is what it is, and we'll I'm gonna continue. I was cheering for Alabama in the '90s and the 2000s when they was sucking, and I'll be cheering for Alabama till the day I die.
right here. And
Absolutely. I'm
as
with
our
you,
fight
Zachary.
song says, we're teaching the Bulldogs how to behave. So there you go. I can't wait to teach them how to behave. That'll be sure.
Oh yeah, oh
Well,
yeah.
Zachary,
It'll
oh,
be
no,
nice to in their little home game winning streak, because we've knocked off every streak they've had, active streak they've had. So to get their home winning streak, that would be awesome.
oh man,
Hopefully we can do that and finally expose Georgia a little bit. Hey, they're not great.
no. But Zachary, we'll definitely be seeing you later as we will be getting to our next caller. We'll be seeing you,
All
good
right,
buddy.
man.
Appreciate
All
you.
right.
You have a great night,
Roll
Zachary.
Tide, y'all.
Roll
Roll
Tide,
Tide.
Zachary. And we got the Godfather of the SEC on the line. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I heard the Georgia people say they'd rather Tennessee beat them as Alabama to beat them.
Oh man.
That's what they were saying.
Oh Lord. That's funny. That is so funny.
Oh well, I mean, everybody. I don't know. Tennessee. I watched the whole football game. I guess you can say they gave it away.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pull for Georgia before I pull for that bunch up at Rocky Flop. I'm not.
That's fair. I mean, I still like Georgia fans just annoyed me like so much with how they think their team is so elite still. I was just like, man, I kind of was pulling for them to lose. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of was, but I get it. Alabama fans hate Tennessee fans. My issue is I got family in Tennessee, so I have to put up with them a little bit. But we don't want those cigar smokers to win.
No.
Stick the cigar up their damn nose the way I look at it.
Note to self, I need to make sure I can buy a cigar for Alabama Tennessee post game.
I got a lot of relatives, man, and I got fans from Arkansas. They like Arkansas, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Alabama, Mississippi State.
I think
that's kind of the region there. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's crazy. I don't have any family that likes Georgia. None. No LSU, none of that. But Tennessee, Bama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas. So it's like every time you see them all, man, it's a war. You know, it's a war between all the people and their favorite teams. It's like Alabama, we're the hated one because we're better than all of them.
Oh man. Well, I mean, like I know, like there's like a rule for the NCAA to where, you know, you could self-report on yourself if you beat the Alabama or Tennessee. Like the winner gets to smoke the cigars in the locker room. They're like, "Oh, hey, heads up and stuff." Like, we're gonna be we had some cigars after we won the third Saturday in October rivalry. So it's like we can probably do that. Just be like, hey, yeah, like us or like the Tennessee people, voice college football, Tucker, Jordan, like we'll probably just be like, heads up, Mark, we're reporting on ourselves smoking a cigar during the post game show.
Notice I didn't say Auburn. I don't have any Auburn fans in my family. They don't exist. They do not exist. Mississippi State. I got Mississippi State, but no Auburn. Nobody Auburn.
Well, I got Auburn people in my family.
I got zilch, zero, nothing. They don't exist, man. They don't exist. I got those cowbells, a couple cowbells, but I got no Auburn people.
That's funny.
I don't know. Let's see. Go back to 2006 to now, 19 years, they beat us 3 times. I think 2006, which was Mike Shieldon, they beat Saban one time. They beat DeBoer one time. Tennessee is just, I mean, Jerry Duncan and them years ago, they used to make fun of them so bad when he was on the sideline. They'd say, look at that damn old dog, Smokey. Looked like they hadn't fed the son bitch in 3 or 4 months. And they got him. I mean, that's just what they said. That's what they were saying. I mean, that's had to bleep them out. That's how bad they hated Tennessee. Jerry said, if I had my rifle, I'd take a shot at him. Put him out of his misery. Got him out here in 100-degree heat, and they hadn't fed the son bitch in 3 or 4 months. And Jerry Duncan says, "Somebody get your rifle out and kill him." He put him out of his misery. I mean, that's how the hatred was back then.
Oh my god!
You know,
Oh,
it was bad. And you pull that up on YouTube and listen to Jerry Duncan talk about that, you know, and he was he played for Coach Bryant. I think he was the first one that took that made the touchdown with the eligible tackle. I think Jerry wore number 77, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, and he done the. They could have ran that play all day long on teams and scored every time they ran it. I remember people look at, what are they doing? I mean, you got a tackle score, and that's not real. Well, he was eligible, and you had Ray Perkins, and I mean, he could outrun the wind. That's how fast he was.
Oh man.
People don't remember what kind of athlete Coach Perkins was, but he was. That's how good he was. I mean, but yeah, they made fun of him hard, man. When they became commentators and got on the sideline and up in the booth with John Forney and them. Yeah, Jerry Duncan said, "Look at that thing. He ain't fed that damn dog in 4 months."
Yeah, Jackson, don't drink anything right now. You gotta lose it, man.
Doug Layton would be right there beside him. Doug said, "Let me get my 311. I'll take a pop shot at him, see if I can kill him." Both these boys.
I don't think I'm going to be able to drink anything for the next 20 minutes.
You're like Squidward, man. When every time Squidward tries to drink anything, he's spitting it all out, man.
Most of these boys don't remember Doug Layton and Jerry Duncan. They don't have any clue about either one of them. But oh yeah, it ran deep. Auburn, it ran deep too. Deep.
Oh.
Deep. I mean, we didn't play Georgia a whole lot back in the day. And we hadn't played them consistently to now. You're going to get them whatever. I guess we're going to get them every year, every other year. I don't know. When they go to 16 teams, they make a super conference. I mean, Sankey, that's what he's looking for. I mean,
yeah. Like I saw that starting Tuesday, we're going to see who the 3 permanent opponents are. I mean, I know Auburn, Tennessee's a couple of them for Alabama. That third one's likely going to be LSU, but personally, I want it to be Mississippi State. But that's just me.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're going to lose your SEC title game, which could be. I don't know. They'll play it as long as they can, as long as they get revenue out of it. But eventually, what does it really matter? You just pick the best team at the end of the year. It's on top of the heap.
I mean, to be honest, like whoever's in the SEC title game makes it to the playoffs anyway.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like that kind of hurts college football a little bit when you take the conference titles out. But like you said, it feels like we're heading in that direction.
Yeah, we are heading that. I mean, if you play in the first, the number 1 team, it's Alabama or Georgia, they're 1 and 2, or Georgia 1, Alabama 2. Just give Georgia the damn SEC championship and don't play it more and go on. Give it to Alabama. I mean, if Georgia don't want the revenue and the college football can, withstand the hit of, that revenue, which they can. I mean, they're always going to cry and say they're broke. I've never saw, that's politics. I mean, that's just the way it goes. They're always broke, down and out. They're worse than Jerry Duncan and Doug Layton was about that damn old dog with Smokey on the sideline. But I mean, he did look bad there for years and years. I mean, you looked at old blue tick handling like it. I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna keep saying it. What did it wasn't Eli Gold. It was what's his name? It's up there now. What's the little old guy's name doing the color commentator? What is his name?
Oh man,
I remember Eli Gold. I remember him.
Oh yeah.
Started in '88 when it started, if I'm not mistaken. Chris Stewart's doing it.
Chris Stewart. Yeah, it was Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart was in on that. He said, "I'd take a shot at him too if I get it." They didn't hold back. Them boys didn't back in, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Those guys were, and they were true athletes. And I don't know. I think Alabama, and then I'll get off here. Alabama's kind of, all of those guys are gone. Like I said, there's a few of them left. They kind of kept that program pumped up. I mean, Jerry Duncan, a grown man, he'd sit there, and say, tears would roll down his cheeks, saying how he missed, Coach Bryant's voice. Just hearing his voice, and they were Alabama football through and through. I mean, I don't guess they rooted for anybody in the SEC with Alabama. I doubt they even watched out. They had to watch other teams, but I mean, they were Alabama win, lose, or draw. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, Georgia, it tickled me to see Tennessee get beat by Georgia. I mean, they gave it away. I guess they gave it away. I don't know. You can say what you want to. I mean, Georgia, like you said, Jeffrey, they're winning games they might not supposed to win. Is it going to catch up with? Them? next Saturday in Alabama. I don't know what Alabama will do with them in Athens. They gonna have a blackout. What time's the kickoff? Is it 2:30 game or is it gonna be 6:30?
Alabama, Georgia, 6:30 on ABC.
It would have been 3:30 if we still had the CBS contract, but you're in ABC, ESPN land now, so it's 7:30.
Well, it'll be at night and it'll be a blackout. You can't see nothing but your teeth on it.
Blackout. Yeah, right. It's like
What happened the last time John Parker Wilson done it to him in a blackout?
Oh yeah. Georgia got blacked out, and we basically
That's what I'm
talked.
hoping to happen. I hope we block them out.
They got knocked out.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Bama to teach the Bulldogs to behave next week.
Alabama really needs to win the Georgia game. I mean, like I said I was going to get off here, but I mean, it's really. I don't know the bye week if the off week helps, but you got people hurt. Does it hurt the momentum? I think it does. I'm sorry. I think it kind of pulls a little fire out of you back in. Some of those guys you never could. It never did hurt them. They was ready to. You mentioned Georgia, Tennessee. They just chomped at the bits when Coach Bryant or some mom was down there to play them and Nick too. But these coaches now, it's just ran a different way. It's a different lifestyle, a different kind of kid, a different kind of man, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they can afford to lose another game, but I don't think you lose 3 games. I don't think they're going to let a 3-loss team, as bad as I hate Alabama, they're not going to get in the playoff. They're done.
I agree. I mean, they got to only have 2 losses.
Yeah. They're done because they hate them. I mean, I don't know who all's on the committee now, but I don't really care. But, I mean, they just like Alabama because Alabama's been on top for the last basically 20 years, 19 years, 17 years since Saban was there. So, anyway, I don't know. But y'all doing a good job. Great show tonight. Alabama Richie. He does a TikTok. What is his TikTok? What is it?
Let me see.
And I'll go over there when I get off. I'll go over there and get on his TikTok. I didn't know he had a TikTok account.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, I didn't know either. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gucci. I thought everybody knew that, but that's all right. Let me see. Come on.
These sunglasses are prescription glasses. I don't tell nobody. It makes me look cool. That's what it is.
There you go.
There you go. Tell nobody.
I'll make sure to find that TikTok account because it is. Doggone it. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. I'll see it when I pop off here, man. All right. Thursday night, I see the Bills. I don't know. I thought Miami was going to keep up with them a little bit, but it's kind of looking like it's I don't know. They may score. They're down here. I guess that's what Jeffrey's watching too. What is it? 28-21. They're on the.
Yeah, I'm watching
the game. The Dolphins are actually competing with them.
Yep.
Interception. It's over. It's all game over. Yeah. I had to open my big mouth, Jeffrey. There it goes. There it went.
Yeah, you're ahead of me, man. Oh no.
I'm sorry. It's over.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm always like slightly behind everybody else. I don't know why.
This live TV sometimes makes me scratch my head.
I mean, there it is. I've got it in the live chat, but here we go. Yeah, but I'll go ahead and put it in the private chat in case you didn't get it.
Tua threw it right. I'm talking about right dead in his hands. Number 8. Bernard, I think. Oh, well. All right. Anyway, you cats be safe. I'll catch y'all again next Thursday. Y'all can rest. Saturday, we ain't got a game, but don't take no advice I give you about when they play Tennessee about going after Smokey or something. Jerry Duncan and Doug Layton, they gone. I guess we'll have to go in there and take their place, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, man. There we go.
Didn't see him on the sideline there against. Did they show the old dog? Was he there? Did they show him? I never did see it. If he did, maybe he's in his house. It's so hot. They got a house that's got AC in it where he can get in it.
Yeah.
He's living higher than the folks is out here in the country. Man, I'm telling you what. All right, guys, be safe. I'm gonna go over there and catch Richie on his TikTok stuff, and maybe he does his live. Maybe I can holler in on one of his shows or something over there. And give him a go,
man.
Come on, Jeffrey.
Great.
You can come to TikTok. Come on, Jeffrey. I won't let nobody bother you. Come on.
I don't know. I can't say. I can't say for sure. A lot of people have been trying to get me on TikTok, but I don't know.
I hear you.
Instagram
You never know.
You never know. Y'all be safe anyway, and
You
enjoy
have
the
a great
bye
night,
week.
Godfather. I appreciate it.
I'll ask y'all one thing before I go. Who wins, Oklahoma, Auburn?
Oklahoma, and Sean McDonough will throw out his puberty voice at least once.
I'm not picking Auburn in a ranked game.
What is that? That's a 2:30 kickoff, 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess we'll watch a little bit of that. If Auburn was to pull that off, boy, Hugh Freeze his face would get redder. He needs some blood pressure medicine or something. He's looking bad. Hugh is. I mean, he's back on that telephone or something. All right,
yeah, we don't want Hugh Freeze back in the hospital bed coaching.
No, y'all be safe, man. I'll catch y'all next Thursday. Be safe.
You have a great night, Godfather. Appreciate it.
All right, and we got our next caller, Caden. What is up, good buddy? How you doing tonight?
Godfather, first of all, you disgrace me. And I literally am about to have a headache because of you. Seriously. Jesus Christ. And Jackson, I need to address your colleague for something personal that had happened between me and your colleague here. Your colleague disrespected a personal friend of mine and his name when I said it in the chat of his stream. And I am demanding that Jeffrey apologizes right here, right now.
Dude, I didn't know how to pronounce his name, man.
Jeffrey, you heard me. I'm not fooling around.
You gotta tell me what his name. I'll say his name for you if you tell me how to say his name. How do you say it, man?
You should know. I've said his name plenty of times, but I'll say it again because unfortunately, someone, and I particularly know who, does not have very good hearing. My dear personal friend of mine and very close friend and mentor, who is the only person that actually took me in as a friend and as an apprentice. the one I don't even need to give an introduction for, Ian freaking McDermott. Excuse me.
Ian McDermott.
It is not Ian McMermaid. You insignificant rat. It is Ian McDermott.
Well, I said his name, man.
So now, Jackson Jeffrey, I'm gonna make a little stipulation. Since you and Will and D and you two clowns want to bet on Will, well, I like to make a stipulation as of September 18th at 10:58 Eastern Standard Time. When Alabama goes 9-3 and loses to Georgia and Vanderbilt, the voice of college football, Alabama, has to donate $1,500 to me when I win the wager.
Dude, I ain't doing nothing, man. I didn't bet with you. That's all Will and D. I haven't bet nothing. I ain't betting nothing.
Well, unfortunately for your buddy Will and D, he's about to lose a lot of money, courtesy of yours truly. And unfortunately, I'll be the one laughing in his face when he does.
Okay. Oh,
hey, that was on Will and D. Our good buddy Will. I mean, that was all.
You were cheering for him, Jeffrey. Don't be giving me any excuses. Cut your excuses, Jeffrey. And I will just say this: when I do win the bet, I will be posting about it.
Okay.
I'm sure you will. I mean, you're in good shape for that. I mean, it's not over yet, but you're in good shape. Notre Dame has to win out for Will.
Austin, this does not concern you, so I suggest you keep your nose out of this.
Okay.
Before I rip it off myself. And I know someone doesn't want an organ or limb tore off.
Finish your victory lap.
It's not even over yet, man.
Do I have anything better to do?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, besides addressing Jeffrey for his lack of incompetence and his lack of hearing, because he personally insulted a friend of mine, a personal friend of mine, and someone who took me only as his only friend.
Oh my.
And I will know that.
Jackson's like, oh wow.
All right.
Don't believe me? Or you're just laughing for your own sake, Jeffrey? Or you think
Nah,
Got
I mean,
pictures, man?
Jackson feigning interest here right now. It's just crazy.
Oh no.
this is why I always said on Twitter, I thought you were supposed to you two clowns. I find your lack of incompetence just unpleasant. And I will tell you,
Wouldn't it be lack of competence?
mm, whenever I
If
say
we have lack of incompetence, then that means we have competence.
the lack of competence is what I quoted specifically, Jeffrey. Just so you're specifically clear.
Okay.
Austin Williams, if you got something to say to me, say it to me. Otherwise, keep your mouth shut.
Well, anything else you got for us tonight, Caden?
I think he wants to roast everybody, man. That's all I know. He just wants to roast everybody.
And I will say this in the words
to a Comedy Central roast.
Jackson, I'm not asking for a comedic hour at the moment, Jackson. Because your friend decided to be funny and insult my friend, like I said. So I took it personally.
Aye.
So, Jeffrey, I would be careful when I mention a friend of mine personally and a personal friend of mine. Because if I would just be very wise about the next words you choose. Because unfortunately, sometimes your competence can become turns to, unfortunately, something I really don't want to say about.
Okay.
But other than that, in the words of my dear friend, personal mentor, Ian McDermott, everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Alabama goes 9-3 and loses, and Notre Dame and Michigan go 8-4, and Ohio State, Georgia, Miami will go 12-0. And Jefferson, don't believe me, just trust me. The downfall of Alabama, the downfall of Michigan, and the downfall of Notre Dame. This is just the beginning. And this is just where they really go downhill. And you think that this isn't the end of the Crimson Tide and that they're not a crumbling team. Well, I'm just going to say this to you two punks. That Alabama's crumbling from within and underneath their feet. So I would advise you to not really celebrate about the Crimson Tide very highly. Because they fell once and they'll fall again. Just like Notre Dame will fall again. And just like how Michigan will fall again. And
All
Mark,
right, Caden, thank you for the call. We will get to our next caller. Thank you so much for the call.
mark
everybody.
my words, you have not heard the last from me.
Okay, good night, Caden.
Oh, we won't. We'll hear you next week.
Oh yeah, it's like, well, it's time for his nap, everybody. And we got Austin Williams on the line. How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. A couple of things I want to talk to you all about, and they're kind of interesting. One about the upcoming announcement of the Rivals and the new ESPN platform, that how this may affect the future of college football. So which one you want me to start with first? I'll let y'all choose.
I'll go with the ESPN platform.
Okay.
Jeffrey, what do you want to do?
That's fine with me.
All right.
I'll make it quick for y'all. So, as everyone knows, they launched a new direct-to-consumer on the ESPN app, which affects how we watch college football now, where you pay a $30 subscription for ESPN, Unlimited, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Going forward, how do y'all think this is going to affect the sport? Because WWE's already in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think college football soon to go in pursuit with them, or do you think this is just going to be them on their own? Because I've heard rumblings of that. What y'all think?
I feel like college football could be on its own, honestly, because I mean, I know they're trying to get like some kind of a red zone thing, kind of like the NFL, where you see NFL red zone. I feel like college football is going to have something like that for the future.
What do you think, Jeffrey?
I don't want none of that junk.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if they're able to cut you a good deal and you get Disney Plus and Hulu, would it be worth it to either one of you to want to buy the extra $30? Well, Jackson might, because he's a sicko like us. But would you want to buy it, Jeffrey? Would that entice you?
It's just if it depends on how good of a deal it is. I mean, things are expensive as is. It's just more money is. You've seen how they've showed. To watch every NFL game, you have to pay this much money per year. It's like nobody has that kind of money. If they have a good deal for college football, then maybe. But if it's not a great deal, then no.
Mm-hmm. Which, if that is what they do, it'll probably be something for the SEC or Big Ten. One of those big conferences will be the one that makes the deal. Because if they're going to charge us $30, they're going to be like, okay, Alabama, we're going to put you on there with South Carolina, and you're going to go play on ESPN Unlimited. And Jackson, I don't know how you would feel about that, but would that be something you'd be interested in doing? Watching Bama on the app.
My job, I got to.
But I will say this about the rivals, though. Only Auburn, Tennessee will be on there. But, Jackson, you said Mississippi State. I could see why you would say that. Jeffrey, who would you like to be the third one to be? If not LSU or Mississippi State, who would be your third choice?
If it's not those two?
Yes. South Carolina? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I don't know. I don't really care that much, honestly.
Maybe Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, I was actually thinking that, but that's only if Lane's there.
Arkansas?
We really have no. Well, I mean, we have history with Arkansas, but we don't have like enough history to the point where we would actually consider them a rival. But I don't see Arkansas getting teared up over not playing us, honestly.
I would say Ole Miss as long as Lane's there.
I mean,
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have more history with Ole Miss and Mississippi State than we do with like LSU. I mean, like we have like history in the 21st century with LSU. But prior to like 2000, you didn't hear a whole lot about Alabama LSU being considered a rivalry.
Well, what was it you always told me, Jackson? It's because Nick Saban was there. He coached at both schools. He was what was keeping the rivalry alive.
Yep.
And you see, after he's retired, they're still cranking it out. Game day still going to town, and they're still getting juice out of it. So they're still valuing LSU Bama.
Yeah, but gotta read this $5 super chat. We appreciate the super chat contribution, Caden the Diesel Freak. And he says, this is a message to you, Austin. He says, Austin, get lost. I'll beat your And Louisville is a team that nobody cares about. The ACC's resident rats, and they're as awful as Iowa.
I kind of think that's Stanford, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the resident rats are getting beat. Yeah, it's like the resident rats are not Louisville. That I can promulgate. But we appreciate the
Yeah.
$5 super chat contribution, and if you want a good chance of your comment being read, put it in super chat, and we'll make sure to read it. But if you want us
Yeah.
to read, if you want us to
Mhm.
read a message that you wouldn't want us reading or something like that, you gotta put it in super chat, and I'll read it uncensored. Just
Mhm.
don't post anything too crazy, okay?
Yes, Jackson and Jeffrey still want to be monetized, but that's something interesting. I mean, like you said though, Jackson, LSU Bama I think's more for the newer fans, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
Like if you're someone like the Godfather, they wouldn't probably consider LSU as big as rival, like as me, Jeffrey, and you would, because we're the newer people here. We're the new kids on the block, so to speak. Like Godfather, he may consider Mississippi State the rivalry, or some of the old Bama fans. Like what was Bama's oldest rivalry before LSU came along?
Well,
School me up on
Jackson
that. real
always
fast.
points to Georgia Tech.
Oh, Georgia Tech, Mississippi State, and we even like consider and Georgia, I guess you could say, is like a rival, and it's not even like the Nick Saban Kirby Smart battles that made it a rivalry, so to speak. I mean, you had like the Joe Namath debut in 1962, where he just like shuts out the Bulldogs. And you have like 1965, still in black and white. Bulldogs upset the Crimson Tide because some dude was laddering to his teammate on his knees. His knees were down. You're gonna tell me that was not down? Come on, bro. Your knees were down.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say this too. Last thing, if it's okay, I'm gonna look ahead a week. Georgia, Bama, big game. I will say this: if Bama plays like they did the last couple weeks, Alabama's got a great shot to go to Athens and win. Because if Ryan Williams does what he did against Wisconsin, Georgia's in for a long day. I don't know about you, Jeffrey, or you, Jackson, but their secondary is not up to Georgia standard. They could be beat. If Bama plays like they've been playing, Bama can win in 2 weeks. What do y'all think?
I agree 100%. I mean, Georgia defensively is not as strong as they've been at all by any means. And their offense it's good, but the problem is that it's not elite. And if you don't have a great defense, you need an elite offense to overcome it. So Georgia has issues. Our issues is we're not consistent all the time, and I think that we still have uncertainties with Todd Simpson in a big game. Can he go on the road in that environment and win? But I mean, if he plays even an average performance on the road and we run the ball at all, then we have a shot. Because again, Georgia's defense is susceptible, so it's going to be interesting.
What do you think, Jack? I want to hear your opinion real fast. What do you think? Can your Tide get it done in 2 weeks?
Oh, we just got to make sure we can run the ball efficiently. We do that, we're good to go, good buddy.
I got you.
Well, because you've heard it on Monday's edition of Crimson Tide Live. Like I mentioned it, and yeah.
And I will say this too. I will say though, Gunnar Stockton proved a lot of doubters wrong. I do think Georgia's offense though will give Bama's defense some problems. I mean, for anyone that doubted Gunnar Stockton, he kind of proved a lot of his doubters wrong Saturday. Now, I know Jackson will say, well, that's against Tennessee, good buddy. Tennessee don't beat Georgia. We really can't count that. That's Jackson's favorite saying. Well, if he could do it against Bama, then he really be proving doubters wrong.
Oh, yeah. So,
but,
yeah.
But thank you all for letting me on as always. Jeffrey, Jackson, have a wonderful Thursday night. And Jeffrey, hopefully Indiana wins for you, good buddy. Yeah, but if they don't, the Signetti haters are going to come out partying like it's 1965. But good luck. And Jackson, enjoy the show, good buddy.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it, Austin. You have a
Remind me
great
to do
night, and
things.
absolutely, hopefully Indiana wins. And yeah, if they don't, the Signetti haters, that's fine. They can do that, but still, I'll be rooting for them regardless.
Oh, there we go, man. There we go. And we have a second super chat contribution from Caden the Diesel Freak for $5. And he says, Austin, you're as awful as hell. And Louisville is getting stomped by Miami. And do me a favor, get lost. Man, I don't know
Caden
why.
is losing his crap right now.
It's like, man, Austin lives rent free in your head, doesn't he, good buddy? I swear.
I think we all live rent free in his head, dude. All
I
of
know,
us.
right? Like, it's like, good grief. It was like, I didn't know what I was walking into tonight, man. but I will say we appreciate the $5 super chat
We
contribution,
appreciate it, Caden.
but I will tell you, it's gonna be an interesting bye week. We're just kind of sitting there, kind of bored a little bit because no Crimson Tide this week, but no problem. We'll make it work. We've got videos coming to you. All right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. So tune in, you won't want to miss it. And you are gonna see Matt Green and Bo Underwood appear with us. Like it could be on a Crimson Tide live show. It could be pre-recorded clips. You'll definitely see all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. But in the meantime, Jeffrey, what we've got going on Only Talk Sports, good buddy?
Absolutely. I did a live stream with our friend Will and D the other night, predicting the Week 4 college football games. So that was a ton of fun, and appreciate Caden and everybody, including you, Jackson, for tuning in. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. And also, I did a video on the NFL, my prediction for Week 3. I got the Bills right, not the score, because I had the Bills winning by more, but I did pick the Bills to win. So
what was your final score for the Bills Dolphins?
34-14.
Oh, 34-14. Oh, you're way off.
Well, not really. It was 31-21. I mean, so I was 3 short with the Bills, and the Dolphins I was 7 short. So I mean,
yeah, you're right. You were a little bit. Yeah, you had 31-20. I mean 34-14. Bills won 31-21. My bad.
Not terrible. I mean, it's off, but you know. It's not
Well,
terrible.
I mean, last week, you had Alabama win 34-14 against Wisconsin. That worked out perfectly. Like Alabama won 38-14. I had Alabama win 38-17. So it's like we were both close on Alabama Wisconsin last week.
Absolutely, as you always say, great minds think alike. But yeah, I went 12-4 last week in the NFL predictions, so 8-8 in Week 1. But now I'm starting out 1-0, so doing pretty good there. So definitely appreciate it if you go check out that video if you're into the NFL, and also like I said, got my college football predictions. But more content will be coming. I will be going live this weekend recapping the Week 4 college football game. Should be on Saturday night, so that should be a ton of fun as well. Definitely hope you check that out. But definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to Only Talk Sports. Also follow me on Twitter as well, or X at Only Talk Sports. And also subscribe to Alabama, the Voice of College Football. We're getting closer to 3,000 subscribers. And appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing. And again, despite Alabama not being elite anymore and it's all crumbling down, as Caden says, we're good. We're going to be talking Alabama football with you through it all, no matter how good, bad, or ugly Alabama is. But it seems like we're trending back up, and hopefully we have a great bye week.
Oh, for sure, man. So tell your friends, family, and the cashiers at Publish about the magic that Jeffrey is making. All right here on Alabama, the Voice of College Football, and on Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least tries to. And of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I'm now 305 subs away from that magic number 1,000, and getting closer every single day. And of course, I've got an upcoming episode with Sonny Burma, who is now working at On3, and we're going to be talking about what he thinks about the Illinois Fighting Illini, especially after the Indiana matchup. And I'm in the works of getting an episode with Greg Sipes, the voice actor of Beast Boy from Teen Titans. And as we'll be going over as the weather how he got fired by Warner Brothers. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been looking for an excuse to run my mouth about David Zasloff. I mean, I can't badmouth Jim Irsay. But there's no rule saying I can't say what I want about Mr. Zasloff. But
Dude, that sounds awesome, man.
oh man, I thank you. Thanks, man. And it's like but I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, well, I don't know when we'll be able to film the episode or get the date figured out, but we will get figured out. And when we do have it figured out, we will have it out for you. That I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen. That I can promise you. So, of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got numerous episodes of the Jacksonian coming your way, numerous guests coming your way, and I've got Pits Now's Final Whistle with Austin Williams from Sports Talk with Austin, as you saw tonight. And for more updates on what I've got going on in Alabama, The Voice, College Football, the Jacksonian, or on the Paul Feinbaum Show, where the weekend's full of surprises, check me out on Jats VOCFB on X/Twitter and on Instagram and Threads. And of course, you can check out Coach Smick Hines on Alabama Voice College Football on Primetime Live and on the Crunch Time Live show. And you can check all of us out on the post game show. And with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell to Alabama The Voice College Football so you never miss another video whatsoever. And we will see you soon. And roll Tide.